Former football star Mark Sanchez is recovering after he was stabbed in Indianapolis overnight.
Facing 3 charges related to an argument with a 69-year-old man.
Mark Sanchez is trying his best to hide a hot dog.
I mean, that's probably not a good outlook for his job.
As the great PFT commenter pointed out, there cannot be a worse hangover than waking up in the hospital recovering from serious stab wounds just for a police officer to cuff you when you're in the process of healing. Am I gonna make it, doctor? Yes, but you're also under arrest. Mark Sanchez was supposed to be calling a game between the Colts and the Raiders this weekend, and I'm about to say a sentence I've never uttered, nor did I think I would utter. An NFL broadcaster ended up in the hospital the day before his broadcasting duties because he had been stabbed, hospitalized, and arrested. Mark Sanchez is at the center of one of the strangest stories of the NFL season so far. Welcome to a very strange edition of Law & Order Sports. If you want to help fund my personal lawsuit against the Colorado Bar Association so I can be a lawyer again, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're about 2,500 subscribers away from 800,000. You're about to undisbar me, Colorado, and unlike Mark Sanchez, I never fought my DoorDash driver. I just refused to pay them because, in my defense, I forgot I ordered Jersey Mike's at 3 a.m. Back to Sanchez. The 38-year-old former Jets quarterback turned Fox Sports analyst was in Indianapolis to work the Colts-Raiders game when things went sideways early Saturday morning. By the way, you know when these police reports say early Saturday morning? They never mean an early morning jog at 5 a.m. Let's just go ahead and say late Friday night. Police say there was some kind of physical disturbance between Sanchez and another man downtown around 12:30 a.m. A fight that somehow ended with Sanchez being stabbed and the other guy walking away with cuts of his own. Sanchez was taken to the hospital, treated for his stab wounds to the upper torso, and is reportedly in stable condition. But that's not where the story ends. While he was still recovering, police arrested him right there in the hospital for 3 misdemeanors: battery with injury, unlawful entry of a motor vehicle, and public intoxication. And if Fox has any sense of humor, they will do a Sam Darnold mononucleosis style graphic for Mark Sanchez with all of his charges listed tomorrow. Mark Sanchez out, 3 misdemeanors, etc. According to reports, detectives have already reviewed security footage and say this wasn't a random thing, just 2 guys in the wrong place at the wrong time with tempers and alcohol involved. The first version of the story floating around stated that Sanchez allegedly got into it with a DoorDash driver over a parking spot in an alley. It turns out the man was not a DoorDash or Uber driver. It was a 69-year-old man who was a grease truck driver working, collecting used cooking oil. Things got heated, pepper spray got involved, and then a knife. But still, cooking oil, pepper spray, things getting heated. This sounds like the start to a delicious meal after a night of drinking. The driver has not been charged, and police say they aren't looking for anyone else. Another report states that Sanchez was, quote, acting erratically and doing wind sprints in the alleyway moments before he allegedly got into a fight with the grease truck driver that ended with him being stabbed in Indianapolis. Fox and CBS Indy reported the following, quote, according to the probable cause affidavit, Sanchez allegedly opened the driver's door of the truck and climbed inside despite being told to leave, which of course you would say when some random dude, Mark Sanchez or not, is trying to climb into your truck at midnight. The man told detectives Sanchez appeared intoxicated, yes, smelled of alcohol, and claimed to have spoken to the hotel manager who said the truck was not supposed to be there. When the worker tried to call his supervisor, Sanchez allegedly blocked him. Video shows the men circling the truck before a struggle broke out near a large dumpster. Detectives say Sanchez threw the victim toward the dumpster and the two fought between the truck and the wall. The 69-year-old told police he used pepper spray to defend himself, but when Sanchez continued advancing, he thought, this guy is trying to kill me, and pulled out a knife and stabbed Sanchez several times in self-defense. Holy shit, there's a lot to digest there. Sanchez not being deterred by pepper spray is one. Do you realize how crazy this is? The greatest question I have is why does Mark Sanchez care about where a truck is parked at midnight the weekend he's supposed to be calling an NFL game?
I tell you, if I was running for office, I would ask for the death penalty for double parkers. This is anarchy!
The only conclusion is Mark got an undiagnosed concussion from the butt fumble, and we're now just seeing the effects. That or Mark drank enough to keep a small bar in business for an entire month. It was also noted that both men had their cell phones out while the fight began. I'm assuming when they were circling the car, yelling at each other. The police have went through that footage, but it has not been released. If it does, God have mercy on all of our timelines. What was really wild was seeing this news break on Twitter on Saturday and everyone offering their prayers for Mark Sanchez, assuming he was the victim of a horrific attack, only for M. Night Shyamalan to Adam Schefter to later tweet several hours later that Sanchez was the aggressor and had been arrested for instigating the assault. Yes, that is a great plot twist. And I like to personally imagine God hearing all these prayers and laughing, going,
Guys, I will keep Mark Sanchez alive because we all listening to him talk about football. But boy, oh boy, you've been praying for the bad guy. The bad guy.
It's a wild twist for a man who's had one of the more unusual NFL afterlives. Sanchez went from USC Golden Boy to the face of the Jets. Brief glory years, 2 straight AFC title games, a butt fumble, and an inspiration for a Rex Ryan tattoo. He hung up his cleats in 2019 and reinvented himself as a pretty solid analyst, bouncing from ESPN to Fox. Lately, he's been one of the more likable presences on air. Quick, with self-deprecating humor, comfortable poking fun at his own mistakes, and honestly doing a good job breaking down the game.
There's Cheats territory. I'll take Pereira and Blandino. Oh yeah, sorry.
It's a shame because I think in a world of dry color guys, Sanchez is or was quietly one of the best in the business.
Clearing out defenders faster than a teenager clears his search history on his web browser. Holy smokes.
He's no Greg Olsen. But just like he was in the playoffs, he's much better than Tom Brady. And before this, I think he would have kept working his way up the ladder at Fox or elsewhere.
Kick the dog, throw the helmet, whatever it is.
Unfortunately, now he's probably going to lose his job. And until he or his lawyer offers some sort of explanation, we're left wondering why. Why, Mark? I would love it if they let Mark Sanchez keep working, but made him do it from the Cletus the Dancing Football Robot costume to make sure he doesn't sustain any more stab wounds. It's just a safety precaution. Or if he did it from the drunk tank in Indy at the police station. Also, I can't help but find it a little comical that Fox took Tom Brenneman off the air mid-game for his Kansas City comments, but they're still waiting to let all the facts come out with Sanchez before they officially fire him. It's hard to complain, though, because it gave us one of the funniest moments in sports history.
Think of myself as a man of faith, as there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos. It will be a home run, and so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
Come on, man. Just let Mark call a play from the hospital bed and apologize while also making an astute observation about Jonathan Taylor picking up a blitzer. Just let us have that, Fox. Sanchez is really lucky, though, that the knife was pulled on him in the name of self-defense, right? Because Mark is just facing 3 misdemeanors, which is obviously much better than felony attempted O.J. Simpson, okay? Had Mark drawn the knife, he'd be facing a longer sentence than Diddy. Now, instead of talking about Aiden O'Connell this weekend, oh no, it's Geno Smith, the quarterback who eventually replaced Mark Sanchez in New York. Sanchez is facing a possible battery charge. Fox did replace him on the broadcast with Notre Dame and Browns first-round pick Brady Quinn, and everyone from the Jets to fans online have been sending Mark Sanchez well wishes. It's hard not to. Whatever happened, the guy nearly got killed. Regardless of whether he started it or not, I'm glad the Sanchez is going to pull through and make a full recovery. The silver lining, and yes, there's always a silver lining, is Mark Sanchez can say, the butt fumble is now only the second most embarrassing thing I've ever done. Sure, people are going to call me Mark Stab Chest, but that's better than being called butt fumble. Silver linings. As for the delivery guy, I'm not sure, but I hope you know you will not be receiving a tip nor will you get a 5-star rating. No one wants to bite into a chalupa supreme that's been seasoned with pepper spray and the blood of a former NFL quarterback. That's the joke I would have made if it was indeed an Uber Eats guy or a DoorDash driver. The good news is that Sanchez is in stable condition. He's expected to recover. The bad news is that his name's going to be in police reports for a while. It's a bizarre moment for someone who's been in plenty of chaotic headlines before, but this one might top them all. Thanks for watching Law & Order Sports here on That's Good Sports. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. God, you gotta subscribe, or I might find myself out. Wait, no I won't. Just kidding. I never leave this house. I never will leave this house or this basement. I'm here to serve you, the viewer.